Hello. Hello, this is the tradesight Forex Market Preview and Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, May 5th, ending Friday, May 10th, 2013. Hope you had a good trading week. Let's take a look as usual to start with the dollar index daily chart. There's really nothing new to see here. We did get a push up back in February. We've been fairly flat ever since. Matter of fact, essentially closed here on Friday, May 3rd, exactly where we started March. So we've had March and April and the first few days of May in a very narrow range. We do have a static trend line up here at the top, that's the green line, and a static trend line down here below, that's the red line. Other than that, even from a broader perspective, if I sort of back this chart out, we're really not anywhere specific where we're looking for some sort of major breakout. If we could get above that green line, that might be significant, but that would more likely be just a trade to target in the short run. Now let's go ahead and look at the euro dollar, our most commonly traded pair, on the daily chart coming into the new week. And this is again with the red numbers are our seeker tool. Those are our sell and buy signals that we use. The pink numbers are the Comer tool. None of them have lined up anything near a 13, which is what we need to get to. So there's nothing significant here on the euro either. Again, you've got a static trend line down here at the red line and one up here at the green line. Let's take a look at the pound dollar, and what you'll see is something fairly similar, a little more structure. We're nearer to this green static trend line. It's kind of a trade to target. We could stall out there if we got there. It's not a breakout point. Matter of fact, there's heavy resistance right above that. So I think that might be a wall at 5,700. Finally, I did want to point out the euro yen, not the dollar yen, but the euro yen, just because it's a little more constructive. Got sort of a potential breakout going there on the euro yen over this basing action. That could be interesting. Be watching that on all next week. Now, none of our major pairs have any setups in terms of buy or sell signals in place, and other than this short base on the euro yen, I don't see anything for like a breakout or breakdown or any significant chart patterns that I would be interested in. So there really isn't a lot to say from a technical perspective. The Forex market's been fairly contained after that nice move we had in January and February, after the horrible action we had late last year, and the ranges have kind of dipped again, although we had a couple of winning days this week, but the other days were fairly slow. So let's get right to our economic data coming out this week and focus on see what we need to focus on in terms of trading, and see if there's any sort of data we need to be aware of, maybe dodge because it's a little riskier. So Sunday, to start off with, got a bank holiday out of Japan, so that's going to slow down all the yen-based trading. Retail sales out of Australia. Got a bank holiday out of the UK. That's going to slow down everything. So it's going to be a slow night for Forex Sunday night. Typically, we would be half size for a UK bank holiday. Spanish services PMI, Italian services PMI, final European services PMI, Centex investor confidence out of Europe, retail sales out of Europe. All that is Monday. But again, with the UK closed, not really expecting too much there. U.S. has got some minor data in the loan officer survey. No time given. That's it. That's all we get out of the U.S. on Monday. All right, let's look ahead to Monday night going into Tuesday. New Zealand's labor cost index, AIG construction index out of Australia, trade balance out of Australia with their HPI, and then a rate announcement at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time going into Tuesday morning out of Australia. Unemployment out of Switzerland, Europe's French industrial production, trade balance out of France, German factory orders. None of these are huge data points. From the U.S., we've got the IBD economic optimism number at 10 a.m. Eastern Time Tuesday. Consumer credit data at 3 p.m. None of those are major. Speech out of Treasury Secretary Liu at 4 p.m. Eastern. Financial stability report out of New Zealand. Again, not a big deal. Trade balance out of China. Now, here we go, going into Wednesday, French bank holiday. Well, we'll still be full size for that one. CPI out of Switzerland. German industrial production housing starts out of Canada. The U.S. finally has some data in the form of crude oil inventories. That's after the stock market opens. Not major for Forex. 10-year bond auction. So really, the U.S. has almost no data the first 3 days of the week. There's your unemployment data out of New Zealand and Australia, followed by CPI, PPI, new loans, and M2 money supply out of China going into the wee hours of Thursday morning. Japan's leading indicators. Look at this, bank holidays out of Switzerland, France, Germany. I got to look up what these holidays are. So that's going to slow down part of the Asian trading, the European trading, obviously, for another day this week. Manufacturing production and industrial production out of the UK. Got a rate announcement out of the Bank of England. We had one out of the ECB last week. Canada's got their NHPI Thursday morning. U.S., our usual jobless claims data. Wholesale inventories, natty gas, 30-year bond auction out of the U.S. That's all Thursday. Thursday night, Japan's got current account and bank lending. Australia's got their RBA monetary policy statement from the last meeting. Then going into Friday, Japan economy watchers sentiment, German trade balance, Italian trade balance out of the UK, unemployment data out of Canada, a couple of speeches by Fed members and Bernanke, Fed budget balance. So really the U.S. has no data to speak of this week. None of our big three, no Fed meeting, no first look at GDP. We're not in earnings season. It's a really slow week as it comes to U.S. data, and actually what scares me the most, there's really nothing to focus on, but there are a lot of holidays around the globe, which does slow down trading. So that kind of bodes for a slow trading week. We'll be looking for our seeker and Comer tools, especially to line up against some of our key levels for reversals, as you don't expect the pairs to go far with not much going on and a lot of holidays. That'd be the thing I'd focus on the most. As usual, we will be in the TradeSight lab calling the plays as we see them. Everybody have a great trading week.